Joining us now from New Orleans, Charles Barkley, the road to the Final Four for CBS and, of course, TNT. Top 5 cities you can get in trouble in. Where would New Orleans rank there, Charles?
New Orleans is probably in the top 5 to 10, obviously. Hey, first of all, man, that stuff about criminal charges, that lets you know that people got no life.
Well, I would think that the court system is overcrowded as it is, but...
It just bugs me, man. There's so many people out there who got no life. I heard like one of the congressmen was trying to look into it too. It just goes to show you, man, it's just a bunch of scumbags out there who got no life.
Well, but what if they had hurt somebody? Let's say
they're playing football. They're trying to hurt people.
Yeah, but you played against guys. If you went up for a layup and somebody undercut you, they're not playing basketball.
No, they weren't trying to undercut you. Were there hard fouls? Of course, there are hard fouls. In this bounty thing, I don't think they were deliberately trying to hurt anybody. They were trying to hit somebody really hard.
Well, McHale grabs Kurt Rambis and takes him down. Imagine if that happened today.
Yeah, but I don't think McHale will tell you he wasn't trying to hurt Kurt Rambis.
Well, I can give you a hard foul without trying to lasso you like you're a baby calf.
Well, I disagree because, listen, we always had hard fouls. And in football, you're trying to hit a guy really hard. I think, everybody's going overboard. When they talk about bounty, I don't think they're really trying to hurt anybody. Are they trying to knock the hell out of somebody? Of course they are. But I don't really think in the back of their mind during the game, they're thinking, let's really hurt somebody.
You talked about the bounty that you guys once had. When we figured
somebody tried to make a big deal out of that.
No, but I brought it up, and we found out it was J.R. Reed.
It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. When I talked about bounty, I was talking about a hard foul. A couple of reporters tried to come at me, being the punks that most reporters are. I was talking about a hard foul. I wasn't talking about trying to hurt somebody. There was a couple of reporters trying to come at me, and I want to make this perfectly clear. They can't come after me. They can kiss my ass, but they can't come after me. I was talking about a hard foul. I wasn't talking about hurting somebody.
You hear from J.R. Reed?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Charles
Barkley. I was talking about a hard
of
foul.
Course.
I wasn't talking about hurting somebody. And if anybody want to come after me, please come after me and kiss my ass.
He's Charles Barkley, and that ass is not as big as it used to be because of the weight loss there. Yeah, and looking good in a dress there.
Thank you. I thought the dress was very cool.
Rodman said you look very hot.
Hey, I got love for Dennis. Dennis is somebody I really like and somebody I really respect. I got love for Dennis, and I appreciate the compliment.
Have you guys talked about the coverage at CBS? The suggestions I've made since you guys were on is don't have you guys – I can't have 10 guys up there on the set because you and Kenny, I would love for you guys to be able to give opinions and have a little bit more room to talk. It's so rapid fire. Everybody's got to get in there 30 seconds. It just defeats the purpose of having you on there.
Well, I think for me, I think it's just great for the fans, to be honest with you, because – you never realize how bad it sucked in the past when you only got, they show you one game in a different part of the country, and then they go to the last game in, the last 2 minutes. I just think the whole concept is great for the fans, to be honest with you, to have every game on. And
I like that. But, Charles, I would love for you guys, you and Kenny, to say, let's look at these players and what makes them great. Let's look at Thomas Robinson. Who's he remind you of? Anthony Davis. What kind of skills does he have? How do you see him when he translates? If I'm a GM, just something that talks, maybe the one and done rule. Why, you stayed through your junior year, right?
Yeah, I hate the one and done rule, to be honest with you. I wish we could keep them at least 2 years. At least 2 years, because I think they got a better chance of being physically ready for the NBA. Let's take Anthony Davis. I think he's a great player. I think he's the best player in college basketball. But physically, he's not ready for the NBA. He's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. But physically, he's not ready for the NBA. And I wish he would stay another year. But obviously, if you're going to be the number 1 pick, it's very difficult to stay.
But didn't you say Kentucky could beat an NBA team?
Never said that.
Okay.
See, that's what I said was, the question was, can anybody beat Kentucky? I said, yeah. The Toronto Raptors and the Charlotte Bobcats.
Okay.
You know, they're not going. I don't think this game's going to be close tonight, to be honest with you. I thought they played very nervous because of the Louisville thing Saturday. I think they're going to win that game tonight pretty easily because they got a much better team than Kansas. I don't think Kansas is as good as Louisville. I thought Louisville was the second-best team here, and they didn't play well, and they still won by 8. I think they're going to win tonight. But I never said they could beat a pro team. The question was, I got a bunch of just gambling with my friends.
Yep.
I took Kentucky and gave them the field. I said, you name your price, I'll take Kentucky and you take the field. There's nobody in this tournament can beat these guys. There was only one team in the conversation, to be honest with you, and that was North Carolina. You know, North Carolina was the only team, when you look at these teams on tape, I mean, I always look at the games on tape. And North Carolina was the only team, if they were healthy, who had a chance. I don't think they could have beat Kentucky, but they're the only team who was even in the conversation when you look at these teams on paper. How
much can you win if Kentucky wins today?
Oh, probably like a few $1,000s. It was chump change with my friends. I just took Kentucky and gave they're just my homeboys.
I also, when people, were saying, oh, they could beat Charlotte or they could beat the Wizards, they said they can't.
Yeah. They can't beat a pro
This
team.
isn't a great team. It's great for college basketball. It's a great team for today's college basketball.
No, it's a great team because...
No, if I stack this up with some of the great teams in history...
Yeah, this team...
No.
Listen, let me tell you something. You can have your opinion, that's fine.
Thank you.
They probably got 5 or 6 guys who are going to go on to be pros. And those great teams, you might think they're great, they don't have 5 or 6 pros on those teams you're talking about. This team got 5 or 6 guys who are going to play in the pros, and they're going to be good players too.
Okay, but, it's one and done, so it's just each year it's the same thing. If you're getting all these guys who are one and done at Kentucky.
If these guys stayed in college for 4 years, they'd probably win 3 championships.
Okay, well, Florida had that with Donovan. They won a couple.
And that's right.
Did anybody say that's one of the great teams of all time?
I think that actually is one of the great teams.
But nobody's brought that up. How would they have done against the Fab Five? How would they have done against UNLV? How would they have done UCLA?
You're talking about, listen, I'm not saying they're the greatest team ever, but they're in that conversation. That Florida team was terrific. They had 2 guys who were perennial all-stars, basically, in Hartford and Noah. I love both of those guys. Brewer has been a solid guy, not consistent, but Hartford and Noah are terrific. This team here, I think they beat the UNLV team, to be honest with you. Mm. But they are terrific, man. If they stayed in school, like, that Florida team, when they won the first championship, they stayed another year to win another championship.
Yep.
If this team stayed in college another year, they would be the prohibitive favorite to win the championship next year.
Do you trust Calipari?
Oh, I think he's one of the more underrated coaches in college basketball.
But how does he get the bad rap?
People don't like him.
But there has to be a reason for that.
I don't know. Listen, let me tell you something. Not only is he's a great coach, he's not even a good coach. He's a great coach. Because I told somebody this. I said, think about this. You look at Tyreek Evans and Derrick Rose. These guys played college basketball for 1 year, and they won the Rookie of the Year in the NBA. And Derrick Rose has won an MVP. How many 18, 19-year-olds are good enough to win Rookie of the Year and win an MVP in a short period of time? He knows how to coach. People don't like him. I have no idea why. But that guy, listen, he's not even a good coach. He's a great coach.
Is your voice going to be able to hold up for tonight?
Oh, I'll be fine.
You sure?
Oh, yeah, dude. Come on, man. I'm a stud. I'm a warrior. I'll be fine by tonight.
Because if not, I can get J.R. Reed to step in for you.
I like J.R. Reed.
Just one game you didn't.
Oh, he pissed me off that night. But that's nothing personal. Listen, once the game is over, the game is over. I'm not one of those guys like me and Bill Lambert's cool that we get to fight. But once the game is over, the game is over.
There's nobody you still want to take a shot at?
No. Once the game is over, the game is over.
Skip Bayless?
I don't like Skip Bayless. Everybody knows that, but it's nothing personal.
So if you walk down the hall, you're walking one way, he's walking the other.
I don't speak to him. I don't do drama. People I don't like, I just don't be around them. I think one thing I'm very good at, I don't like Skip Bayless. If I saw him, I wouldn't speak to him. We don't have to be friends, and I'm cool with that.
What's the weight loss update?
On Weight Watchers, I'm down 45 pounds, and on the other, I lost 10 pounds on my own when I first started, so about 57 pounds, actually.
Are you going to wear a bikini next time, now that you got a dress? Now what's next?
The Weight Watchers people, they're a little uptight. Because, when I made the first commercial, it was me in all black screaming at the... So when we were doing the research, we got a new one out. And I was like, you guys need to loosen up because I think commercials need to be fun.
Would you wear a bikini?
Would I wear a bikini? Yeah, I probably would wear a bikini.
That's what I thought.
But I'm trying to get them to loosen up a little bit and have some fun. I thought the black dress was when I suggested the black dress, I was glad they were receptive because it's been getting a great buzz. Some of these people take themselves a little bit too serious.
No, I realize that.
I think Weight Watchers got a great product. A great product. I think it's really the only one that you could actually lose weight on and sustain it for the rest of your life. I mean, you can't go around, no disrespect to Jenny Craig or Nutrisystem, if that's your thing, but you can't travel around with 5 small meals a day. You would never be able to travel.
Give me your dream meal. Before you die, your final meal.
Well, I don't think I have a dream meal. I love pizza. I think you love fried chicken. I love chitlins. You don't have any idea what chillin is. It's something the brothers eat in the South there.
I know. I've had collard greens, okra. Come on, home slice.
I don't do really. I'm not big on collard greens or okra, but chitlins are awesome to me.
I hope you're okay tonight. All right,
dude. I'll be fine.
All right, that's.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
It's just basketball, bro. It's just basketball. We ain't saving the world. It's just basketball.
Good to talk to you.
All right, boy. Y'all be safe.
All right. Thank you, Charles. Charles Barkley, NBA on TNT. I don't know that voice, but sometimes you wake up in the morning, it sounds a little rough, and then by the afternoon, should be good, and then he'll be ready for prime time.